Meet Nora, and she comes across as almost childlike, when you say.
Yeah, you see her at first kind of flitting around. She's excited about Christmas shopping. She's indulging in macaroons, even though her husband Torvald has forbidden them.
Those macaroons.
I know, right?
It's like a tiny act of rebellion.
Yeah.
And then we learn about the secret loan that she took out to save Torvald's life.
Right.
And she even forged her father's signature.
Yeah, and that's where the tension really starts to build, because we see this hidden strength in Nora. Like, she's willing to kind of defy social norms for her husband and his well-being, but it also puts her in a very vulnerable position.
Yeah, because that secret loan is hanging over her head.
Right.
And then enter Nils Krogstad, the antagonist.
Yes.
He's the one who gave Nora the loan.
Right.
And he's not afraid to use that to his advantage.
Well, he's desperate, isn't he? He's got to keep his job at the bank, which, as fate would have it, is now being managed by Torvald.
Oh, right.
So he threatens to expose Nora's secret if he's fired, and that's when things get really serious.
You can just feel Nora's anxiety mounting as the situation kind of spirals.
Yeah.
She's caught between this charming facade that she's built and the very real consequences of her actions.
It's interesting, too, because Krogstad, even though he's kind of set up as the antagonist, he's not completely unsympathetic.
Yeah.
He's made some bad choices, but he's also a product of his circumstances.
Right.
He's just trying to provide for his family.
So it makes you think about how Ibsen is blurring the lines between good and evil.
Yeah.
Nobody's perfect, and everybody's got secrets.
Right.
And sometimes even desperate actions are driven by this kind of morality.
Yes.
So amidst all this drama, we also meet Christine Lind, Nora's old friend, who arrives seeking work and becomes her confidant.
Yeah, Christine's had a totally different life.
Right.
She's had to be independent and resourceful, and she's kind of a foil to Nora's sheltered existence.
And their conversations are so revealing. You can sense Nora questioning her own choices as she hears about Christine's experiences and the sacrifices that Christine has made.
Yeah, it's like she's starting to see the bars of her own gilded cage.
Exactly.
And then on top of that, you've got Dr. Rank, this family friend, who adds a whole other layer.
I know.
He's terminally ill and has this melancholy, but he's also deeply in love with Nora.
His presence is so fascinating.
Yeah.
He's got this dark humor, this awareness of life's fragility.
Right.
And his unrequited feelings for Nora add this undercurrent of romantic tension and foreshadowing.
And his confession to her is very poignant.
Yeah.
It shows that she's attractive, but also how she's not able to really connect with anyone because of the persona that she's built for herself.
Yeah.
So by the end of Act, we have this web of all these relationships, and everyone's got their secrets, and they're all facing these dilemmas.
And the tension is palpable.
Yeah. You just know that things are going to come to a head.
You know it's coming.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time.
Right.
So on to Act 2.
Okay. Act 2 opens with this fancy dress ball at the Stenborg's house.
Yeah.
And on the surface, everything's festive and lively.
Right.
But underneath, you can really feel Nora's anxiety just bubbling.
It's almost like the gaiety around her is amplifying her inner turmoil. You know,
Yeah.
She's dancing, she's socializing, but her mind is obviously somewhere else.
Well, she's thinking about Krogstad
Right.
and what's going to happen to her family.
Yeah.
It's fascinating how Ibsen uses the setting, the ball, to really kind of bring out this feeling of impending doom.
Oh, yeah.
You've got all these masked figures and these hidden identities and these forced smiles. It's
Right.
like he's showing us how fake and deceptive Nora's world really is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this is where we really see her desperation come out.
Yeah.
She tries to plead with Torvald to keep Krogstad at the bank,
Right.
but he's just cold.
Yeah, his true colors really come out in this act.
They do.
He's obsessed with looking good, you know, keeping up appearances.
Right.
The idea that Krogstad could ruin his reputation is just unbearable to him.
And he doesn't have any empathy, does he?
No, not at all.
Like, he won't even think about what's going to happen to Krogstad's family if he gets fired.
No, he even blames his bad morals on his mother. Like, it's something you inherit.
It's crazy.
It really shows you the prejudices back then, you know?
Yeah.
Like, people actually believed your morality came from your family.
And this is something that Nora will actually push back on later in the play. So while Torvald is being stubborn,
Yeah.
Christine is actually trying to find a solution.
Well, she's got that history with Krogstad.
Right.
And she reaches out to him, hoping to maybe reason with him.
Right.
Maybe even rekindle things.
It's a risky move.
Oh, yeah, totally.
But she wants to help.
She does.
Both Nora and Krogstad.
Right.
She sees the good in him.
Yeah.
That he could change.
Yeah.
Even though everyone else has written him off.
And meanwhile, Nora is desperately trying to stall for time.
Right.
She knows that once Torvald reads that letter
Uh-huh.
Krogstad sent him,
Yeah.
everything's gonna come out.
It's all over.
Yeah, she even tries to distract him with that crazy Tarantella dance.
It's heartbreaking watching her struggle,
I know.
knowing it's all about to fall apart.
And of course it happens.
Yeah.
Torvald finds the letter,
Yeah.
and he just loses it.
Uh-huh.
He's so angry.
Yeah.
It really shows you how shallow their relationship is,
Right.
Nora's been playing this role. The perfect wife, the little doll.
Right.
And Torvald's been fine with that. But as soon as that image is threatened,
Yeah.
his love is gone.
It's brutal.
Yeah,
It's like a wake-up call for Nora.
it is.
It forces her to face reality.
And she spends the whole night thinking about everything that happened. And in the morning, she's completely changed.
Really?
Yeah, this is the turning point in the play.
Yeah.
She realizes her whole life has been a performance.
Yeah.
A show for everyone else.
Like she's been living in a doll's house.
Exactly.
No.
Controlled by the men in her life.
So she decides she can't live like that anymore.
Nope.
She needs to figure out who she is,
Yeah.
what she believes in on her own.
And so she has this incredible confrontation with Torvald.
Yeah.
And she tells him, I believe that before all else, I am a reasonable human being just as you are.
Wow.
It's like a bomb went off in their marriage.
And in society as a whole.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's just such a powerful moment.
Yeah.
She's rejecting everything she's ever known.
Right. Her husband, her kids, her comfortable life.
All for self-discovery.
Yeah, and you can only imagine what people thought back then.
Oh, I know.
For a woman to do that, especially a wife, a mother.
Unheard of.
Totally unheard of.
And it challenged all the expectations
Oh, absolutely.
about a woman's role.
Yeah.
It's that door slam heard around the world.
It is.
It's just this symbol of rebellion.
Right.
You know, her saying, I'm not going to be confined anymore.
It makes you think, though, what happens to her.
I know.
Does she actually find that freedom?
Did she find what she's looking for?
Yeah, Ibsen doesn't really tell us.
Right.
It's up to us to imagine.
Yeah, but her choice obviously changed everything.
Oh, yeah, both for her and Torvald.
He's just left there.
Yeah.
Lost.
Totally bewildered.
And for the audience, it's like this call to action.
Totally.
All right. To examine your own life.
Are you making the right choices?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What compromises are you making?
It really makes you think, what would happen if Nora did this today?
Yeah.
Would she get the support she needs?
It's a really interesting thought.
I think so.
I mean, some things have changed for women,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
but those social pressures are still there.
Oh, for sure.
Women are still judged.
Yeah, for their careers, their relationships, how they raise their kids.
And so many women still struggle financially.
Yeah, it makes it hard to leave a bad situation.
So even though a modern Nora might have more help,
Right,
it would still be a huge challenge.
absolutely.
But just like Nora back then,
Yeah,
it comes down to a choice.
it does.
Stay or go.
Right. Stay in a situation that isn't working or take a leap of faith
Even if it means facing uncertainty.
and judgment.
And this is something that resonates with everyone,
I think so.
not just women.
It's about being true to yourself.
Exactly.
We all have these doll's houses,
Yeah.
these expectations we have to live up to.
And Ibsen is reminding us we can break free. It's about having the courage to challenge things,
And to live authentically.
even if it means going against what everyone expects.
Right.
So we'll leave you with this. What are your doll's houses?
Yeah.
What compromises are you making?
And what would it take for you to walk away?
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And until next time, keep questioning
Keep exploring.
and keep diving deep.